Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar on AI ethics and responsibilities. I'm Prashanti Sudhakar and I'm excited to be your host for this insightful session. In this session, we'll explore the ethical considerations and responsibilities that come with integrating AI into learning environments, ensuring fairness, transparency, and accountability. Prepare for an engaging experience featuring real world case studies, practical applications, and actionable insights you can implement immediately. Let's shape the future of learning where AI meets human potential responsibly. At Education Nest, we are committed to empowering professionals with cutting edge training and resources to help them stay ahead in today's fast evolving landscape. Let's dive in and make this an engaging and insightful session. Let me now start by setting the stage for the webinar by introducing our topic AI ethics and responsibilities, which is poised to be one of the most significant areas of focus in 2025. AI ethics is a set of guiding principles. It ensures that artificial intelligence is developed and used responsibly. The focus is on prioritizing human values such as fairness, transparency, accountability, and privacy. These principles aim to mitigate potential negative impacts and maximize societal benefits when deploying AI systems across various applications. Additionally, AI ethics emphasizes creating AI that aligns with human ethics. It promotes responsible decision making throughout the development of usage lifecycle. We have an amazing speaker for today's webinar, Ms. Ruby Chakravarti. Ruby is a senior content writer based in Bangalore with over 15 years of experience in marketing and branding. She holds a PGPM degree in marketing and human resources, equipping her with the skills to create compelling content that resonates with audience and supports their professional journeys. Renowned for her unwavering dedication to high standards in both written and verbal communication, she provides insightful perspectives in her coaching sessions focused on AI ethics and responsibilities. During this session, feel free to drop your questions in the chat. We'll wrap up this session with a very amazing question and answer session at the end. So don't hesitate. Let's keep this interactive. Ruby Chakravarti, ma'am, thank you so much for joining here, and the stage is all yours.
Thank you, Prashanti. Thank you for such a heartening introduction. So, as rightly said by Prashanti, we are all set. We are all ready for the next 1 hour to, nourish our minds with some enlightening insights on AI, ethics, and responsibility. So, I would like to start the webinar with some informative tidbits so that after that, we are all ready. Our minds are ready to, go into directly into the AI ethics and responsibility core webinar part. So let me start by sharing a very beautiful quote by Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple. He very rightly said, what all of us have to do is to make sure we are using AI in a way that is for the benefit of humanity, not to detriment of humanity. Very rightly said. Now, adding on to this, I would like to say that the last 10 years has seen such robust growth and development in AI technologies that experts have spurred into making various guiding principles, making frameworks, developing various policies in order to ensure that each and every endeavor of an organization, a company, a business is aimed towards the betterment of humanity without hurting any aspect of it. So let me start by taking the cue of one such group, that is one such non-profit group, that is Future of Life Institute, which is founded by MIT cosmologist Mr. Max Tegmark, Skype founder Jan Tallinn, and Google DeepMind research scientist Victoria Krakonova. So what they did, they collaborated with AI researchers, ethicists, policymakers from different aspects of life, from different technologies, different backgrounds, and they come up with 23 guiding principles, which is today known as the Asilomar AI principles. Adding on to this, I would like to give one more informative piece, which is Kelly Combs, who is the Director of Advisory for Emerging Technology Risk, KPMG US. She very rightly said that it's imperative to include clear guidelines on how the technology will be deployed and continuously monitored. So gaining insights from some very big names in the industry. Now I would like to go to the core part of our webinar. So let's get started. Thank you. I would like to thank Education Nest for giving me this wonderful opportunity. So we saw what Mr. Tim Cook said. We saw the Future of Life Institute. We saw a great insight from KPMG, and now we are going to see what is AI ethics. Now, friends, let me define AI ethics in a very simple way for you. AI ethics can be said as the moral principles and practices, the framework of moral principles and practices that are guiding the development and responsible application of AI in the various endeavors of a business. It comprises of various consideration in itself. For example, it has transparency, it should have accountability, safety, data privacy, security, sustainability, and so on. Now, what is the need of all these things? Why do we need, an AI code of ethics or AI value platforms? Because day in and day out, in the various efforts, in the various business efforts of organizations across the world, AI has gotten embedded deeply into their products and services. So that makes it all the more important to have a guided set of a guided set of principles, a guided set of responsible, defined, actionable outlines that will govern how various actions are being taken in an organization. So altogether, this can also be called as AI value platforms or AI code of ethics. These are formal policy statements which are altogether aimed at the human development and well-being. So I hope I am able to define AI ethics towards the right direction, and I could give a great start to this webinar. Okay, so once we have understood what is AI, what is the definition of AI, the next step would be to understand the purpose of AI ethics. But I would like to answer this question not going straight away into it. I would like to answer it the other way around. Friends, how many times we have heard in our day-to-day professional lives that AI is robustly growing, but at the same time, it is also having its effects. Like, for example, we might have often heard about, the displacement of humans from jobs. Then we might have heard about AI deepfakes, AI hallucinations. Then we might have heard about the presence of AI bias. So what are all these? These are actually the significant consequences of having AI technology in an organization or in a business. So what happens? What is the outcome of all this? Day in and day out, we get to know about some misleading information, some malicious news, or some celebrity is saying words or saying language that is not desirable, or a famous news speaking personality is delivering a fabricated piece of news. So these are some of the outcomes. These are like things not so desired out of such a respectable technology called artificial intelligence. All of the above may have a detrimental effect on the human mental, psychological, and emotional well-being. So, friends, here comes in the purpose of having an AI ethics. AI ethics is a set of framework which is assisting stakeholders to navigate through the ever-changing or dynamic landscape of AI technology within their organization and the various ethical dilemmas related to it. Now, what does it encompass? It encompasses bias, transparency, accountability, environmental sustainability, and much more, which we are going to learn in the upcoming slides. So, once we have learned the definition of AI ethics and the purpose is clear, friends, I would like to bring on a very important aspect or a very important thing that we all must know, irrespective of whether we are a technical person or a non-technical person. But AI has become such an inherent part of our lives that at some point of time we definitely use some or the other aspect of it, right? So I thought it's very much important for all of us to know about UNESCO's recommendation on the ethics of artificial intelligence. The rapid rise of artificial intelligence, as I already said, that has gifted us many boons. For example, it has facilitated healthcare like anything. It has enabled human connections across the world, be it on the professional front, be it on the personal front, whatever it is. It has made the life of professionals easier than before because it is automating so many of their tasks. But again, as the saying goes, every advantage has its disadvantage, and AI is no exception. Why? Because AI comes with its embedded biases. It has the potential to threaten human well-being and dignity. So here comes the importance of UNESCO's recommendation on the ethics of artificial intelligence. In 2021, UNESCO, which was the first body who came up with the globalized standard on AI ethics known as the Recommendation on the Ethics of Artificial Intelligence. And it is applicable to all the 194 states members of UNESCO. Now, this recommendation is based on the various pillars of AI ethics, that is transparency, accountability, privacy, and it aims at protecting human rights and dignity, right? But however, what makes the policy all the more, what makes the recommendation all the more important is its potential, its capacity to be translated into action. The policymakers have made it so well that the principles can be smoothly translated into actionable insights concerning data governance, environment and ecosystems, gender, education and research, health and social well-being, and many more spheres are also getting improved because of this recommendation. Now, I would like to bring on the four strong pillars which lay the foundation of this recommendation, which is again based on four things, that is individuals, society, then diversity and inclusiveness, and the environment. It says that there should be respect, protection, and promotion of human rights and fundamental freedom along with human dignity. It says that every individual has got the right to live in peaceful and just interconnected societies. Every step of AI should ensure diversity and inclusiveness. And last but not the least, AI should not come in the way of environmental well-being. It should not be a reason to degrade environment. On the contrary, it should be a factor that is helping the environment and our ecosystem to flourish. So this was UNESCO's recommendation on the ethics of artificial intelligence, which I thought is very, very important for each and every professional out there to know about it. Now, coming to the next aspect of it, what are the guiding principles of AI ethics? Now, just now we learnt about the UNESCO's recommendation. Drawing from that very recommendation of UNESCO, we have what is known as the guiding principles of AI ethics. This entire concept of AI ethics is based on 10 guiding principles, which are exclusively drawn from the recommendation of UNESCO. So let's start. What does the first guiding principle says? It says proportionality and do no harm. Now, what does it mean? It means that the use of AI should not go beyond what is absolutely recommended or what is absolutely needed to achieve a legitimate and necessary aim, right? So the use of AI should not exceed its limits. In a way, we can say that. And there should be constant improvement so as to see that none of the human aspects, none of the human well-being aspects are being harmed over there. Continuous risk assessment should be a factor that is ongoing when AI technologies are being onboarded in an organization. Next comes safety and security. So unwanted harms, that is safety risk, or vulnerability to attack, that is security risk. These two things should be avoided. And if at all they somehow creep in, they should be addressed at the earliest by the AI actors. So it is very much important to have safety and security. Then on the list, third we have is right to privacy and data protection. Privacy must be protected and promoted throughout the AI life cycle. It is something that cannot be compromised at any cost. Adequate data protection should also be established when embedding any kind of AI technology in our systems. Fourth, we have adaptive governance and collaboration. Friends, data must be used in accordance with the international law and national sovereignty. It is very, very important to have diverse stakeholders onboarded when a particular AI ethic is being framed, it is being formed, because then only the diverse aspects will be taken into account, and then only that particular AI code of ethics will be so rich that it can be applicable globally across countries. Then responsibility and accountability. AI systems should be auditable, they should be continuously traceable, and they should have oversight. There should be continuous assessments. There should be continuous audit and due diligence in order to ensure that there are no sort of conflict between AI systems and the human rights, norms, and the overall environmental well-being. We have transparency and explainability, often known as T and E. Now, what is this transparency and explainability? The deployment of AI systems depends on their transparency and explainability, and it should be made sure that the level of transparency and explainability is maintained at all cost, though at times it may happen that there can be a tension between the level of transparency and explainability in a context is conflicting with the kind of security or safety or accountability that should be maintained. So with the right balance, having a perfect balance, striking a perfect balance between transparency and explainability on one hand and the safety security aspects on one hand, the AI ethics should be framed. Then human oversight and determination. AI ethics should make sure that at no point of time the human oversight is ultimately out of the picture. No. Human oversight is something that should be made sure that it is there at all point of times, and ultimate human accountability lies over there to ensure that things are always under control. Followed by human oversight and determination, we have sustainability. Now, AI technology should be continuously assessed on the sustainability parameter. Now, what is sustainability? Sustainability can be understood as a set of constantly evolving goals, including those that are set out in the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. So, it is very, very important to satisfy this parameter as well of the guiding principles of AI ethics. Coming to awareness and literacy, which is the ninth one on the list, it is very, very important to have public understanding of AI and ML technologies, because then only it will be easily accepted by the public as a whole. So what can be done to make it easily receptible by the audience? It should be made open and accessible. It should be a kind of open and accessible education. There should be civic engagement. The digital skills should be made easy, and the AI ethics training should be a kind of open resource, an open thing for everybody to learn out there. Then we have the last one on the list, that is fairness and non-discrimination. So AI actors should promote just practices. They should promote justice, fairness, and non-discrimination while taking an inclusive approach in all their endeavors. And it should ensure that the benefits of AI are accessible to one and all. So these were the guiding principles of AI ethics. Now that we have learned about the guiding principles of AI ethics, let us try to understand what are those issues that these guiding principles of AI ethics are going to address, right? So we have to understand that any AI ethics, the first and foremost aim is to address human well-being, human moral, mental, psychological, overall well-being, the dignity of human existence. To maintain all this is the cornerstone of, should be the cornerstone of any AI ethics policy, right? So AI systems should consistently prioritize and safeguard people's welfare, safety, and it should see that it is not displacing human at any cost, and it is not jeopardizing the very existence of humans. Now, how it can do that? What are the issues that these guiding principles can address? The first one on the list is human oversight. Every phase of AI development should have human oversight, which is often known as human in the loop. It makes sure that the ultimate accountability, the ultimate responsibility of an outcome, of an AI based outcome, lies on the shoulders of a human. Next, we have mitigating bias and discrimination. To reduce such kind of practices, the procedures designed should emphasize fairness, equality, and it should represent all the all the genres of human existence. it should be very much transparent in its outlook. Transparency and clarity are the two rockstone pillars on which any AI ethics principle would stand. So, safeguarding data privacy and security. AI systems are required to adhere to stringent data privacy so that they are able to onboard any kind of effective applicable cybersecurity technique, and they are able to protect themselves against any kind of data breaches or unauthorized access or any such similar instances. Then coming to society and economies. The AI technology or the outcome of such AI technology, the application should be in a position that it is able to improve the condition of a society, it is able to improve the status of a society, it is able to develop an economy, it is able to take economy to a next step. So that should be the thought process when any AI system or an AI code of ethics is being made. Coming to digital competencies, it says that AI system should be made easily comprehensible and accessible to everybody. AI code of ethics that should be in a very simple and easily comprehensible language so that everybody is able to understand what it is and what it is not. Right? Then we have supporting business health. AI systems should be able to enhance the processes. It should be able to make the process more efficient with better outcomes. So these are some of the issues that the guiding principles of AI ethics are able to address. Now, since we have come so far, it's time that we understand who are the stakeholders in AI ethics. So when I say stakeholders, it definitely means that who are the bodies, who are the groups of people who are responsible for creating, framing this kind of AI code of ethics or AI value policies or the statements, the formal policies. So we have on the list, we have academicians, we have government bodies, we have intergovernmental entities, then we have non-profit organizations and private companies. So coming to academicians and what role do they play? See, scholars and educators, they play a great role with their higher levels of research and their ability to thrive, to come up with theory driven statistics and research based outputs, so the concepts that they are able to put ahead. So these are highly helping the government, the business and the NGOs to come up with their own AI code of ethics. Government, definitely it goes unsaid that government bodies, government committees, they are playing an indispensable role when it comes to formation of AI code of ethics. Now, for example, there is a wonderful report called Preparing for the Future of Artificial Intelligence that is created by the National Science and Technology Council in 2016. Now, what it does, it details the AI's connection to public outreach, regulation governance, the economy, the security. See how nicely, how tightly this report brings out the essence of AI ethics. Then we have intergovernmental entities. We have organizations like UNESCO, we have organizations like World Bank who are continuously charged with increasing awareness and formulating such policies on AI ethics. As we have already discussed about the recommendations of UNESCO on AI code of ethics, it is very, very evident, it is very, very clear the importance of how these bodies help us to go ahead with the AI code of ethics. Then non-profit organizations, as I already discussed about the Asilomar principles. Then we have bodies like Black in AI, Queer in AI, which are representing the diverse groups of human beings, the diverse existence of human beings with their diverse lifestyle, and they are helping us to understand the importance of inclusivity of, you know, bringing together all groups of people from all walks of life. That is what the beauty of AI ethics lies within. Then we have private companies like Google, Meta, whose executives are constantly, tasked with formulating policies for AI code of ethics. And then we have healthcare consultants, we have technology consultants, we have ethicists who are helping these people out. So as a result, the smaller companies, the other businesses can take a cue. They can evaluate the policies framed by these people, and they can go ahead in their professional journeys, and they can be very, very safe with the AI code of ethics in their hand. Now comes a very interesting application of how we can leverage AI and machine learning to enhance user experience with transparency and ethical design. Now, when I'm going to explain this particular question, I'm going to take a lot of, variety of examples from different walks of life, so that it is very, very easier for you to understand it. Now, the first one is personalization. When we are leveraging AI and machine learning, we have to think about different strategies. The first and the most important is personalization of user content and guiding the privacy settings. For example, a music streaming app called Spotify. What it does, it very beautifully, it gets the consent of its users, and then it recommends them playlist based on their listening history. So what happens? The users are in a position to understand where the data is going, how it is going, how it is being processed, what is the outcome, and they are even able to see that tangible outcome of it. They are in a position to customize the privacy setting as well. So what happens? This creates more and more trust. People are able to trust the technology. So this is one very important strategy, which is personalization. Then coming to transparent algorithm. Friends, you might be wondering why again and again this term transparency is coming in during this webinar, because it holds that kind of importance in the world of AI ethics. Transparency, clarity. So one wonderful example that I can bring is Google Rank Brain. Now, what is Google Rank Brain? It's an algorithm that helps to process search queries. Now, Google, what it does, it presents open resources so that people are able to understand. It educates people why and how this Google Rank Brain is able to rank the results. It gives the insights so that people are able to understand, okay, this is the reason why my website is not ranking, or this is what I can do to bring my website on the top ranks of the search engine. So this is a very beautiful strategy to leverage AI and machine learning with transparency and ethical designs. Next, we have the example of Pymetrics, which is a company that is helping to recruit with a very innovative style called as gaming and assessment. It is not depending on the traditional, modes of selection, like maybe interview or maybe screening. I'm not saying that these things have become outdated, but instead of relying totally on those methods, nowadays companies like Pymetrics, what do? They are making the selection based on gaming and assessment rather than those age-old defined metrics. So what happens if that particular AI algorithm is having some kind of bias because of maybe the training method, or because of maybe the person who created it. If any kind of bias is there, it can be audited. It can be audited on a daily basis. Then we have the example of Netflix. Netflix constantly takes feedback and recommendation from its users directly on the platform. So what it is able to do, it is able to refine its algorithm then and there, and it is able to give better recommendations to its users based on their preferences. Similarly, we have Airbnb, which brings its experience feature. It constantly gets the feedback of its customers, the visitors, like what is it that they liked about a room, or what is it that they didn't like about the room, what could be done to make the food better, or what can be done to make the entire ambience of that place better. So these are some of the kind of applications, or these are some of the strategies by which it is always a better place to live with AI. Humans and AI technology can, perfectly strike the balance and live happily. Then we have Amazon. So what it does, it has designed its algorithm in a way that it analyzes the user preferences. For example, if I am a customer who likes to use more of eco-friendly products, and my search history, my buying history shows that I am often here to, to browse products which are more of greener option. So next time when I'm there on their website, on their app, it will recommend me more of green options, so that I am happier. I am in a position where I'm saving time, and my buying experience is getting more and more easier. So we can term these strategies as personalization, transparent algorithms, bias mitigation, user-centric designs, and ethical use of data. So these were some of the strategies that can be used for transparency and ethical designs. Okay. So now we have come down so far that we are in a position to see what are some real world examples of AI dilemma and ethical challenges. So friends, it's a very, very honest, it's a very bitter truth of life that where there is a advantage, there will be always some kind of dilemma, there will be always some kind of challenges. But as human beings, we are blessed with the power to fight against it and move on with flying colors. So why not be it with AI, right? So what are some of the ethical dilemma and challenges that is faced with the AI technologies in the real world? First is bias in facial recognition systems. Friends, we are all aware that facial recognition systems are constantly being used in law enforcement. Sometimes it is used in law enforcement authentication, in defense systems, even in our day-to-day mobile unlocking also we need the facial recognition. So what is the problem that is being faced with this AI? The problem is sometimes these AI algorithms are having bias towards a certain race or a certain gender or a given age group. So what happens? It creates a kind of erosion of trust within the system. For instance, a study by the National Institute of Standards and Technology, it brought out with an experiment, they brought out a fact that higher rates of errors were seen when people of color, especially African American region, it led to wrongful arrest and eroded trust in the system. So to mitigate this kind of bias, it is very, very necessary that continuous audits are being done. The algorithm is continuously being trained and strict regulations are put in place. These things are very, very necessary to in order to curb this kind of bias. Then we have deep fakes. As I already discussed, what is deep fake? Deep fake is a kind of synthetic content that is being generated with the help of AI. Friends, deep fakes at times can be said to be applicable in the world of entertainment and art. But when it comes to the society as a whole, it is not acceptable. I mean, it's kind of curbing someone's personality. It is eroding the trust in social media. It is kind of, for example, for instance, during COVID times, people were already in stress. People were already in so much tension that what is the next phone call going to bring in my life? At such point of times, with the help of AI deepfakes, if somebody is making the situation even worse, what would be the fate of humankind? Just imagine about it. So this is one kind of AI dilemma and ethical challenges that people constantly face. Now, how to address this? So, addressing the risk of deepfakes needs collaboration among the researchers, the policymakers, the media platforms, so that they're able to develop countermeasures that can actually nip it in the bud and raise public awareness so as to judge between what is real and what is fake. Then we have healthcare and patient privacy. Friends, we all can understand the fate of a patient who is might be, struggling with a terminal illness. AI shows promise in revolutionizing healthcare, but it again raises concerns regarding patient privacy, the kind of data security concerns their relatives or attendants might have. So, compliance with regulatory informed concerns and clear guidelines for AI in medical decision making are vital to balance this boon with the patient rights and come up with the ultimate desired outcomes. Then we have job displacement. Every day, thousands of professionals out there have this fear that whether my job is going to be taken away by any AI technology. Content moderation. Now, what is content moderation? Content moderation is the use of AI algorithms by social media and online communities to constantly filter out the illegitimate content or the harmful content. But what happens at times? These AI algorithms are not able to differentiate between the illegitimate content, the harmful content, or the abusive content, and sometimes that detection goes so wrong that they are filtering out the good ones and keeping the bad ones. So there are ethical challenges in balancing the right of speech, the democracy, along with the need to keep out abuse and misinformation. So again, there is a fine line that has to be maintained, that a watertight compartment which needs to be maintained by the artificial intelligence. So again, what needs to be done? Content moderation algorithm must be constantly trained. They must be transparent, accountable, and there should be regular audit to see the outcomes and give the necessary trainings. So friends, still here we have learned about the definition of ethics, the purpose of AI ethics, the recommendation by UNESCO. Then we saw what are the guiding principles, what issues these guiding principles are actually addressing. We saw some real world examples of AI dilemma and ethical challenges. Now it's time that we actually dive into the most practical application, that is what are the career paths in AI ethics and responsibility in 2025. I'm sure people out there are eager to learn about this, to know about this, that what are the career paths that I'm going to choose in 2025 in the realm of AI ethics and responsibility. So no worry, I have got all the information right out there. The first one on the list is AI ethics consultant. Now, who is an AI ethics consultant? These individuals are expert in counseling companies. They are helping companies to frame their own ethical guidelines on the AI implications and their AI systems. They assist business in navigating this dynamic landscape of AI, which is changing every day, day in and day out. They help if accidentally, if by mistake there is some kind of bias perpetuating within the organization, if there is some kind of privacy, data privacy that is being violated, or if there is some kind of data breach that is causing harm across the organization. So these individuals, AI ethics consultant, are constantly counseling these organizations, and they're creating ethical rules. They are constantly conducting AI audits. They are constantly providing recommendations for enhancing the procedures, the AI outputs. So what is it that you need to be an AI ethics consultant? You need to have that acumen, a strong knowledge of technology and their impacts. Secondly, you should be in a position to strike the right balance with proficiency in ethics as well as its application when it's come to the technology part of it. So what you should have, ideally you should have a master's or a PhD in ethics or artificial intelligence. This can be helpful. Even you must have knowledge of computer based learnings like deep learning or natural language processing, machine learning. So these things are actually beneficial when it comes to be an AI ethics consultant. Second on the list, we have AI compliance officer. Now, who is an AI compliance officer? An AI compliance officer ensures that the organizations follow all rules and regulations which are required for that particular country or for any particular international existence. For example, they should have nation-based, country-based knowledge, for example, ISO, CCPA, or GDPR. So these are some of the international standards which are required to be followed by any company in order to be thriving well in that particular industry. So an AI compliance officer should have the running knowledge. They should have the practical knowledge, theoretical knowledge, as well as they should be able to apply all this in the day-to-day life of a of being a professional in that particular organization. Now, the third we have on the list is AI ethics researcher. Now, who is an AI ethics researcher? An AI ethics researcher conducts studies, they do the research, they are able to give brilliant insights towards the achievement of best practices of AI code of ethics and responsibility in a particular company or organization. So, what are the skills required? AI philosophy, ethics theory, they should have strong analytical skills. They should be in a position to design, conduct, organize, and carry out their own research work, research projects, and they should be very good publishers of their own research findings. So these are some of the skills that an AI ethics researcher must have. Then we have AI fairness engineer, we have AI transparency specialist, AI product manager. So most of these, what they need is to have a master's or a PhD, an advanced degree in ethics combined with a technology based application, say maybe NLP or machine learning. So these are some of the skills. If you have, say, one of them and you gather the necessary knowledge, so what can be done, and you try to master the other skills, the communication skills, the research skills, or the application skills, definitely you will be on the right track, I say, in 2025, and definitely you will be able to reach onto your desired level in the world of AI ethics and responsibility. Then comes another most important part of this webinar, that is what are the career prospects for professionals in AI ethics and responsibility in 2025. Now, when it comes to career prospects, it is good to always divide it into two parts. Like, what are the phases of that career and what are the opportunities that are present in our country as well as abroad. So I have divided it accordingly. For instance, when I say career prospects for professionals in AI ethics, there can be three levels: AI engineers who are beginners, who are mid-level professionals, and who are experienced, who have gathered that expertise that they are able to demand the kind of reimbursement, the kind of package that they want. So the beginners can expect a package of somewhere around 5 to 7 lakhs per annum when they are starting their career. Mid-level AI engineers who are specializing in areas such as natural language processing or deep learning, they are able to reach out to that level wherein they can get a package of 10 to 15 lakhs per annum, and they are able to take their career to the ultimate next level, wherein they can be called as senior level AI engineer, and they have the positions such as AI architect or head of AI. Now, what do these senior level people do? They are in a position wherein they are making strategic decisions that are aligning well, that are cohesive and aligning well with the ultimate desired goals of the desired outcomes or the ultimate goals of an organization. So, which are the top tech companies in India and abroad that are actually hiring such people and hiring them with good packages? So, in India, we have Infosys, we have TCS, we have Wipro. Then, speaking about the global tech giants, we have Google and IBM. So, all of these companies value these professionals, and depending upon their experience, their expertise, their skills, their education background, they are hiring these professionals, and believe me, the professionals are getting good packages according to their skills and capabilities. Now, there are certain places, like maybe if I say Bangalore or if I say Hyderabad, so these are some of the tech hubs where there are enhanced chances of getting such good opportunities, and professionals have the opportunity to grow in these places because these are actually hubs. So day in and day out, discussion with peers, there are so many networks out there, there are so many groups, clubs, and so on. So I must say that professionals should definitely explore these kind of opportunities and grow in their careers. So here comes another exciting part, like what are some specialized AI and machine learning courses in 2025. So we have professional certificate program in machine learning for managers. Then there is working professional AI certification course. There is professional certificate course uh, in data science. So these are just some of the courses, and there are more of it. So you can just go ahead and according to your requirements, your skills, you can decide which is the best course for you. Now, what is the impact of these emerging technologies? So advancements in AI subfields, like maybe deep learning or autonomous systems and generative AI. So these redefine the job roles. These are opening gates to opportunities that were previously not there. As I already said, that depending upon your expertise, depending upon how you are able to groom yourself, how you are able to take yourself to the next level, there is lots and lots of promising opportunity out there in the world of AI ethics and responsibilities. We just need to sharpen our skills, hone our skills, and sky is the limit. That is the only thing I can say. So with this, I am so delighted that I was with my audience today and I could, as promised in the beginning of this session, I could bring in some of the most enlightening insights from the world of AI, ethics, and responsibility. And I am very thankful to Education Nest for giving me this opportunity. And I collaborated with them, and they gave me this wonderful platform wherein I can, bring some of the insights, share some of my expertise with my wonderful audience. Now I would like to hand over the stage to Prashanti for the next round of it.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. That was an amazing, insightful session, and a huge
Thank you,
thank you to
Prashanti.
for you to for sharing such valuable knowledge with us. Thank you so much. And now it's time for the most exciting and awaiting part of our webinar, the question and answer session. We have received some great questions, and most of the questions already, ma'am has she already answered most of the questions, and we have a few more exciting questions from our attendees. So, without any delay, let's get started. So, your first question says, how do you stay updated on the latest developments and discussions in AI ethics?
So, Prashanti, the answer is very simple. See, in any walk of life, continuous learning, continuous grooming ourselves is the only key, I would say. Yes, I could definitely suggest some of the, interesting journals or interesting sources, such as we have Ben's Bytes, or we have, say, MDPI, then we have the algorithm by MIT Technology Review. So these are some of the AI ethics journals referring to which professionals can definitely, be informed of the latest happenings, the latest growth and development in this field. And then we can always attend such webinars, or we can always have, our peer group discussions, we can always network. And then its most important thing is to be there, to be a part of this ever growing, most dynamic part of science, I would say. So just let's be there, keep growing, keep learning, and things will definitely automatically fall into place.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for answering that for us. And we have another interesting question. What strategies would you recommend for fostering an ethical culture within an AI team?
So, Prashanti, it's see, when there is an AI team, I would say first of all, it is important that it is being made with selected individuals from various aspects, from various departments of an organization. It should have people from, say, the marketing team, the finance team, the technology team, because only when we have such diverse perspectives, only then they can bring out the practical problem that they are facing and what could be a feasible solution for that. Apart from that, there should be clear guidelines established as to what is the actual meaning of AI code of ethics and responsibility for that particular organization. Second, these particular professionals should be constantly trained, so that in turn they can train the AI algorithms, and they can understand what is the bias, what is the kind of apprehension that that particular algorithm is facing right now. And most important is encouraging every individual of that team to bring out an open voice for themselves. They should not hesitate to bring out an open voice, to bring out their honest opinion. Only then can a particular team flourish in any given field, not only AI ethics, but in any organization. Only then can a team flourish, when they are able to put their honest opinion outright there.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for answering that. And we have another interesting question from the attendees. It says, how do you ensure that diverse perspectives are included in discussions about AI ethics?
It's almost the same, Prashanti. It's like we should actively seek input from the under marginalized groups, because then only we can bring diversity to our table. And we should again facilitate, as I say, open forums, open discussions, and we should constantly conduct workshops, so that the policymakers are able to bring out that diversity in their decision making process, and then things are not restricted to only one groups, but it includes and it honors, it actually should honor the human diversity, the various groups of people, the various the lifestyle that people have chosen. It should honor and it should be included in all the policies that the policymakers are making.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for answering that. And we have another question. What are the ethical considerations surrounding AI in healthcare?
Healthcare, as I have already discussed, it's like it's a kind of two-way situation. I mean, on the one hand, the patient's condition has to be seen. A patient is struggling, so at that point of time, we have to respect the privacy of the patient, the privacy of about the data, and we have to understand at the same time that the importance of AI driven healthcare. It's because of the AI that a particular patient is able to get such standards of treatment, that is for sure. But then again, we have to maintain on the other hand the privacy, the kind of safety. There should be no secure, no safe the data security breaches about that patient. It can be a high ranking celebrity, so the AI algorithms have to make sure that no kind of such information which can dampen the privacy of that particular family, that should not happen. Many a times we have seen across the media, and the celebrities are requesting, please let us be alone during this tough time. So that is something should be respected when it comes to AI in healthcare.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for answering that. And definitely the last question for this insightful session from the audience is, what are the growth prospects of AI ethics and responsibilities globally and in India?
I already said sky is the limit. Again, I would like to bring this out that AI is transforming the landscape of organizations, be it product based, be it service based, like anything. AI has got the potential of making it a $500 billion industry globally. So now you imagine what is its potential. It has the potential to reshape agriculture, urban planning, and many such. Healthcare is obviously one of the greatest application of AI codes and ethics and responsibilities. So it's like there is immense potential. We need to see both the aspects. For example, India has an opportunity to create a $1 trillion digital economy in 2025, according to some, very trusted resources. And then there
Mm.
is new AI for India 2030. It says that India can go up to $17 billion business in the period of 2024 to 2027, which brings about a CAGR of 25 to 30%. So these are the kind of prospects that we have for AI in India as well as abroad. The only thing that we need to do is to strike the right balance between the applications of AI and maintaining the right code of ethics and being responsible about it.
Okay.
So that
Thank you,
is the
ma'am.
only thing. Yeah. So thank you so much, Prashanti, and thank you, Education Nest, again for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for your. We really appreciate your patience and engagement in today's session. Thank you so much. And as we come close to this session, I want to express my sincere gratitude to our esteemed speaker, Ruby Chakravarti, ma'am, for sharing her expertise and valuable insights. Your knowledge and passion has given us a deeper understanding, and we truly appreciate the wisdom you imparted. Thank you so much. And a big thank you to all our wonderful audience as well. Your engagement, curiosity, and thought provoking questions made the session even more insightful. We hope you leave with valuable takeaways and feel inspired to apply them in your learning journey. Hungry for more learning? Stay ahead with our webinars, training sessions, and all things knowledge at Education Nest. Don't miss out, connect with us, and be a part of our thriving community that fuels growth and innovation. Follow us on all social media platforms for the latest updates, insights, and inspiration. Let's keep the momentum going. Stay curious, stay inspired, and we can't wait to see you at our future sessions. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep innovating. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye bye.
Thank you, Prashanti.
Thank you, ma'am.